Hi guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today is part 14 of my complete Blu-ray collection series of videos. Each time we've been going through, looking at all the Blu-rays and 3D Blu-rays in my collection. This doesn't cover 4K, and I think we're nearly at the end of this now. Probably one more part after this, part 15, to kind of round the whole thing up. So if you've been following these videos, really do appreciate it. So we're going to get into part 14 today on the channel. So welcome back. So yeah, let's get into part 14 of the collection. Okay, so first up is a Blue Fans edition of Godzilla, Blu-ray and 3D. Very nice lenticular, contains the steelbook. Next up is I believe this is a French edition of Godzilla v Kong, containing the 3D Blu-ray and the Blu-ray of the film. Next up is an American Blu-ray of Kong Skull Island with a really nice lenticular on it. Next up is the film Rush. Now you would have seen this in an earlier part. I do have two editions of this. This is the UK edition. It does come with a custom lenticular that I made, and the Rush red steelbook. So yeah, I quite like the difference between these two steelbooks, hence the reason why I've got both in the collection. Next up is The Others. This is a Blu-ray edition. I'm not sure of the company, but it's got an Amaray case in there. I think it's a Korean company, one of the Korean companies. So yeah, The Others. Next up is a sealed Nova Media edition of Avengers Age of Ultron with a nice lenticular. Next up is the Film Arena edition of Dread. Comes with the steelbook and the art cards inside. It's got a nice lenticular on the front of that one. Next up is another Nova Media edition of Captain America the Winter Soldier. Wonderful lenticular on this one, a lot of depth. Still sealed, this one. Yeah, very nice edition. Next up, a more recent purchase for me, and it is the HD Zeta edition of Geostorm with a very nice lenticular on there. Inside you've got the steelbook and the art cards. I'm not opened this yet. Next up is another Nova Media edition of the Avengers with a nice lenticular, a lot of depth on that. Still sealed, this one. Okay, so we get on to some box sets. So we've got the complete Indiana Jones Adventures. So this is the first 4 films. Comes with a wonderful Grail diary inside. There's all your goodies on the inside there, and the films on Blu-ray. So next up is a box set of the film Batman v Superman. This is a French edition. Contains a lot of sort of extras and things, and it also contains the Blu-ray 3D edition of the film. But this is the UK slip, it's just because of the lenticular, but it did come with the, the Blu-ray version of the film. Next up is now this is a Play.com exclusive back in the day, and it is for the extended edition of Avatar on Blu-ray. Very nice edition. This comes with a book, and I believe a signed Cenotype from James Cameron. Next up is another French edition of the film Man of Steel, 3D edition with a nice lenticular and the Blu-ray. This came in this huge box set. This one here contains the book of the film and a lot of art cards, etc. It's absolutely wonderful edition, this. There is a video on my channel, sort of an earlier video, one of my early videos showing this. So yeah, if you go back to the playlist for superheroes, DC I think is in there. Again, another wonderful box set for Blu-ray, and that is the Dark Knight trilogy. And this contains obviously the 3 films in kind of like a book form, and you also get the 3 models of the bat, the tumbler, and the bike that was in the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight. So, and it contains like wonderful sort of booklet with all art cards and all this sort of thing. So, very, very nice set for Blu-ray. Next up, so I've kind of combined 2 editions in one here, but it is the Superman collection. This was the outer case that was on the DVD collection, but you can see on the inside we've got the Blu-ray box set of the first, well, the 4 films and the Superman Returns. So you got that on the back there. But yeah, there we go. Next up is a DC animated of the death of Superman, kindly sent to me by AJ. Another wonderful box set of the all 10 Star Trek films. That one there. Another wonderful book edition. All the films and all the disc art shows all the sort of the poster art of the films. Very unusual for Paramount, because usually they just sort of do silver discs. I think even the 4Ks maybe are just silver, so it's very nice to have that with this edition, and it's like got a lot of posters and you know, images from the films. Right, okay, so now back onto sort of standard editions. Okay, so this is the remake or sort of prequel of The Thing. Yeah, the one that kind of came before obviously the classic John Carpenter one. This is a nice French steelbook on Blu-ray. Next up is the film Moon. This is a Xavi steelbook, I believe, on Blu-ray. Very nice design this, and I've got like a custom lenticular on the back there as well. Okay, so the rest of a lot of these now are going to be Star Wars. So we've got the Blue Fans double lenticular for Rogue One. Fantastic lenticular on here. Contains the steelbook inside. It's a very nice steelbook, and on the other side you've got that nice image of the main characters from the film. Next up, we've got the 3D edition of Solo, a Star Wars story. Sort of the early years of Han Solo and how he meets Chewbacca. Looks really good on 3D this, and I quite like the slip on this, quite nice. Sticking with Star Wars, we've got The Rise of Skywalker, probably the film that most people don't really think is very good, me included. I like aspects of it. But the 3D is very good on this one. You know, all of the Star Wars films, the sequel trilogy look great on 3D. And there's your back. And I popped this in the red case just to sort of complement the slipcover. Next up, got this last year, is the 3D edition of Avatar: The Way of Water. Amazing on 3D again. I know this has all come out on 4K several times, but I still think the best way to watch Avatar films is in 3D. And it contains the Blu-ray of the film as well. Next up, back to Star Wars, and we've got The Last Jedi, double lenticular for Blue Fans. Again, wonderful lenticulars on here, and then inside you've got the nice, really nice steelbook with embossing and debossed borders, etc. And the final Star Wars that we've got here, I think, yep, is The Force Awakens. Again, another double lenticular Blue Fans, sort of good and evil, you know, on either side. And there's the spine there, and then on the inside you've got the really nice steelbook containing the Blu-ray and 3D of the films. Next up, now this is my favourite M. Night Shyamalan film. Wonderful steelbook, this from Zavvi. The film Signs, all debossed. Yeah, absolutely fantastic steelbook this, and a wonderful film. Absolutely my favourite of his that he's ever produced. Going back to Avatar, we've got the first Avatar film on 3D. This was the steelbook that we got originally. So that was the front design. The back had all text on it, but again, I've put 3D edition on there, and I custom made this magnet to sort of complement this release. And the last two is for the film Dread. So this is I think this is a Dutch release, the 3D and Blu-ray edition. Nice lenticular on there. Looks great in 3D. Really like this film. Really wish they'd do a sequel to it, but yeah, we never know, we might get one. But yeah, Carl Urban was fantastic in the role. And then just to finish off for this part 14, this is a French edition for Dread. Nice artwork on here, contains the 3D, the Blu-ray and the DVD. It's a very nice tin edition. I don't know whether you can make that out, but there's sort of Dread there and the city, Mega City 1. It's kind of like an unusual tin edition. And again, if you have a look at my playlist, the Dread film is on there, I think, somewhere. It's quite some time again. I may revisit some of these editions again, sort of, you know, a bit more modern sort of videos, because those sort of early videos are a bit sort of, yeah, they're probably not the best quality, you know, back in the day when I didn't really know what I'm doing. Probably still didn't really know what I'm doing, but, you know, yeah, I hope my sort of videos have got better as I've gone along. Okay, so that was part 14. As I say, I think we'll do part 15 and we'll call it a day on this. Yeah, been a long journey, so yeah, please come back if you're interested in this series of videos for the final part of part 15, yeah, we'll have a look at what's in that part. If you're new to the channel, why not consider subscribing? I say I've got a wealth of playlists, and I will put some videos up here of links you can go and have a look. Lots of playlists on the channel that you can browse. Please give the video a thumbs up, that really does help out the channel. And yeah, leave a comment down below. You know, have you got any of these films on Blu-ray or 3D? Do you like the 3D films, or do you like the special editions? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts down below. Right guys, well that's the end of the video. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye now.